Many people wonder if they are an INFJ, and in this video we'll look at 7 weird signs of the INFJ to help you determine if you or someone close to you is a real one. I've struggled for years feeling broken, alone and misunderstood, but when I found out I was an INFJ, everything fell into place. It's important that you find out as well, so that you don't go through life alone, confused and misunderstood anymore, like many INFJs do. However, are you really the rare fantastical INFJ the internet praises so much? Stick around till the end, where I'll reveal a list of my in-depth videos on each weird INFJ sign covered in this episode for you to dive even deeper. Now let's explore. Number 1. You struggle with a 9-to-5 job. INFJs often struggle enormously with fitting into the pervasive societal 9-to-5 job paradigm, needing to show up most days of the week to a soulless office space with strangers to obey the commands of a so-called superior who orders you to work a meaningless job like a mindless robot to get paid just enough to keep you dependent while you try to survive the toxic office politics, as the energy you need for your creativity structurally gets drained is pure soul torture to the INFJ.
I'll go ahead and make sure you get another copy of that memo.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I have the memo. I've got it. It's right.
Hello, Phil.
INFJs learn quickly that their need for autonomy, freedom, creativity, meaning, playfulness and beauty can't be found in a cubicle and desperately search for a way out. Number 2. Your stare pierces souls. The INFJ stare. Are you known for having a soul-piercing stare through which you can see someone's true nature and all of their past lives? You might not be aware when you're doing it, but those around you certainly are. INFJs have a trademark stare, the INFJ stare, which is a deep and intense look when they focus on others during conversations. Some say it's inborn. INFJs often gaze like this when they are absorbing and analyzing the other person's core energy to get acquainted. INFJs absolutely mean no harm with this look. However, to many people, the INFJ stare is intimidating and unsettling. No wonder that you feel your skin get sunburned whenever the INFJ gaze is upon you. Number 3. You attract troubled people. A lot of INFJs tend to repeatedly attract troubled people into their lives. Narcissistic people, traumatized people, chronically ill people, all of them sense the INFJ's generous energy from afar and immediately swoop in to break off a piece. Emotional vampires are a constant threat to the INFJ, as these ghouls try to suck the INFJ dry within familial, romantic, platonic or work relationships. It's an insidiously tenacious relationship pattern that haunts many INFJs and is closely tied to the INFJ's own unresolved trauma. By resolving their own trauma, INFJs can finally lift this ancient curse that's been tainting their relationships since the beginning of time. However, one does not simply do that. Number 4. You hate social media. Do you repeatedly wonder how we ever got into this strange era of the global digital circus, which has most people performing like degenerate circus monkeys for some scraps of validation on social media platforms? Are you completely dumbfounded by the sheer deterioration of human social interactions caused by normalized everyday smartphone usage? Are you horrified by how shattered attention spans, decimated critical thinking and zombie brain rot are becoming increasingly endemic in our society today due to social media? You might be an INFJ if you share any of these ponderings. INFJs tend to hate social media for many different reasons, which I can't even begin to describe here. It's a rabbit hole on its own we can jump into later, but be warned. Number 5. You have a limitless curiosity. INFJs are the metaphorical eternal student. As passionately curious beings, they consume as much information their limitless curiosity demands. Signs of the INFJ's curiosity at work are reading countless of books on a widespread range of topics, from the nature of consciousness all the way down to spicy romance novels, reading multiple books intermittently, binging on long YouTube video playlists on different interesting topics, having perpetually an insane amount of internet browser tabs open of online articles, online courses and YouTube videos that they all absorb intermittently. Currently I have 43 tabs open for months, and for every one tab I close, 3 new ones open. INFJs indulge in continuous practice of new hobbies and relentless skill acquisition, always prefaced with a self-inflicted introductory binge craze to quickly get familiar with whatever subject of interest. The INFJ's curiosity burns hot and spreads like an uncontrollable wildfire, resulting in daydreams and sleepless nights. Number 6. You are a deep thinker. One of the hallmarks of the proverbial INFJ is that they are extremely deep thinkers. INFJs are always ready for whatever deep, profound or serious topic to think about and discuss. The meaning of life, medieval torture methods, wondering whether the sun is conscious, the impending dystopian AI future, unconditional love, our own inevitable deaths and those of our loved ones. Yup, sad to say, for the INFJ it's just another Tuesday thinking about these things. Few subject matters really phase the INFJ, except 9 to 5 day jobs. Please, anything but that. Others may deem our thoughts as morbid fascinations. Furthermore, INFJs can talk about these substantial subjects anywhere at any time. At work, at dinner, at a baby shower, the bus stop or a party, in the morning, at noon or night, it doesn't matter. Ever noticed that people tend to run for the hills when you start sharing your true thoughts? Rookie mistake, you might be an INFJ. INFJs are like deep sea fish who actually need the pressure of the depths to stay alive. A depth that can easily crush others and drive them insane. Number 7. You seem psychic to others. Whether psychic abilities truly exist has been the subject of contentious debate for eons. Regardless of whether psychic powers actually exist, INFJs frequently seem to showcase them. Because INFJs are gifted with a highly intuitive nature, being able to deeply feel others' emotions, have an astute ability to read body language and recognize patterns, these gifts allow INFJs to make pretty accurate predictions of people's behavior and future events. All of this may seem very normal to you as an INFJ, yet to most people who don't have these abilities, your INFJ prophecies seem mysterious, otherworldly and spooky. Some people might be convinced you are a psychic mutant on the basis of these INFJ traits.
What are you doing to me?
That are actually more grounded in objective reality than we might think. Something to consider before you start that fortune teller business. But you already saw that coming, right? Or is there more to our abilities as INFJs we don't know about? Do you resonate with the INFJ signs? Want to dive deeper in any of the weird INFJ signs covered? Check out my other videos that explore every weird INFJ trait discussed here in depth. In the description of this video you'll find a link to the in-depth video next to the chapter of the corresponding INFJ sign. Or click on this playlist on your screen, which has all in-depth videos in the same order as the 7 weird INFJ signs of this episode. Let's continue our INFJ exploration. See you there!